TOEFL आसान है। Studying in abroad requires you to pass the English proficiency test. One of the famous is TOEFL. There are other options as well, IELTS, Duolingo, PET. I personally gave TOEFL and I scored 106 out of 120 in just 2 weeks of preparation. And it's not that tough, believe me. I'm gonna break it down for you, step-by-step process of how you should prepare for TOEFL exam and how simple it is. Let's get started. The very first step is to familiarize yourself with the format of the exam. So it's just a 2-hour exam with a half an hour break in between, and it contains of 4 sections, mainly reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Reading involves reading the passages and answering the questions. Listening involves answering the questions based on the brief lectures or some sort of a discussion that you will hear in your headphone in the examination hall, and then you just have to answer the questions based on whatever you are hearing. Speaking is about you talking for 30 seconds or 1 minute about a familiar topic that you will either read or listen in the examination hall. And writing again is just like speaking section, but instead of speaking, you'll be writing this, and you'll be allotted little more time than speaking, like 10-15 minutes to write 2 passages that can be about anything. Here is the breakdown of my scores. As you can see in the writing section, I scored 22. I have friends who have scored 28, 29 as well, but everybody knows their quality of writing, right? And I knew mine. So my strength was the first 3 sections, and I was sure that I'll be getting less than 25 in my writing section. So I prepared myself accordingly. Reading is pretty simple. There's not much that you can do. All you can do is just practice questions about reading a passage and answering the question. Focus on the paragraph while reading and then answer the question, because you have very limited amount of time. The whole game is about finishing the section within the time limit. So your reading speed has to be little on a higher side, and you should comprehend whatever you are reading and then answer the question quickly. For the listening section, I would say there's one trick that you have to understand, and that is taking the notes while listening something in the headphones. So let's say there's a discussion that is going on between a professor and a student, and you'll be hearing that in your headphones. So what you will do is you will just write the keywords of that discussion or highlights of that discussion in a paper. You will be provided with a pen and paper, and whatever you are hearing in your headphones, just write down the keywords or the highlights of that particular discussion, so that later you can answer the questions and kind of memorize it, get an idea about what was the discussion about. And do not lose your focus while you're listening. Focus completely and just write down the keywords. That's it. Your listening section would be done. For the speaking section, the first thing is to watch web series and movies, English movies with the subtitles, and try to practice the way they are speaking. That's one thing. Okay, that's one thing that I did. Second thing is, for the speaking section, learn some templates. When I say template, it means, like, for example, you might be asked the question, what is your opinion on reading through electronic book or a paper book? This is the question that is related to your opinion. So your template for these kind of questions should be ready. For example, your template can be, in my opinion, electronic books or ebooks or PDFs are better than the books because of the following reason. Firstly, furthermore, all these kind of words that you can use to make the continuation in between what you are saying, so that you don't lose track of what you are saying. Okay. And the second thing is, you will get a little bit of time. So write the keywords that you want to mention in while you're speaking. Okay. Because I know for sure when you'll be giving the exam, and then when you'll be asked to speak, it's a new format, new setup, new environment. You will definitely be losing focus, and you might get nervous there, right? So if your templates are ready, so your mind will act quickly. So this is something that you'll have to practice when you are at home. Now for the writing sections, to be honest, I just wrote my heart out. That's it. That's all I did. I was not expecting high score in my writing section because I know my writing is not that good. But what I did, I just filled up the whole pages. There is a word limit to it. Make sure you write up to the word limit. If it's 500, write 500 by hook or crook, but just fill that page when you're writing something. And of course, it has to be meaningful. Learn some vocabulary so that you can use those words irrespective of the topic. There are many words that are like very generic and can be used anywhere. So I think learning those words as your vocabulary would be a good idea. And in my opinion, key to the writing part is how you are arranging your sections in your essay. So first is your introduction, second is problem statement and explaining what is the problem, third is what do you think the solution can be, fourth is kind of summarizing. I personally followed that, but my writing, as I said, I'm being honest here, my writing is not that good. That's why I scored 22. But it doesn't matter, as long as you are planning it in a way that you're going to score really good in the reading, listening and speaking section. Even if you're not scoring that good in your writing section, doesn't matter, because you'll be crossing 100, and that is, I think, a very good score. If you're crossing 100, it is very good score. You will be qualifying for most of the US universities. So don't stress too much. There's plenty of material available on YouTube and on Telegram as well. You can get sample papers from there. I'm not promoting that, but I'm just telling you for your knowledge. Other than this, I watched YouTube videos, and one of the channels that I personally liked very much was Linguamarina, and I'm gonna post the link to her channel in the description. It is a really good channel, and there is official channel of the TOEFL ETS, and that channel is also good because they post 3-minute, 4-minute videos about type of questions that can be asked in the paper. And I think covering those videos, getting a hold of what is going to be asked in the paper, what what type of questions are asked in the paper, but I have given you a brief idea. To be honest, you don't have to be scared at all. If you have a little bit of knowledge about English and have a little bit of fluency in speaking, you can make it within 2 to 3 weeks. Don't worry if you don't have it, you can just practice more and more. Try speaking to yourself while looking into the mirror. That's all I wanted to share today. Hope this video is going to help you in some way. That's all in today's video. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.